We clap it up there, mama. We clap it up. You know what I mean? So Coach D. Matthews, one half of the Millionaire team. The other half is Dr. Teresa Matthews. You may have seen us before at calls, or you may have seen us on stage at events. You may have seen us actually on vacation for some of the events. And all that started with us losing some weight. I tell you, when I first started, it was really about, I can't remember exactly. I know that I was looking for a money opportunity, right? But I don't know if I saw Herbalife as a money-making opportunity right off the bat, but I knew that I needed to lose some weight, and I figured if I lose some weight over here, then maybe I'll go someplace else and try to make some extra money. But I tell you what, though, I started selling the product and started losing weight the very same week. No six-pack, wasn't in shape. I had no results. Well, I had like 8 pounds lost or 9 pounds lost or something like that, and that was enough for me. So from that point on, we both went to lose the same amount of weight the first week. I was working out in the mossy grass before I went to work in the morning time with a tire, and she wasn't. We both lost weight. So this is what's possible, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter like if you're a female. It doesn't matter if you're a guy. It doesn't matter what your work schedule is. I mean, it may matter a little bit. You have to make some adjustments, but it doesn't really matter like who you are. These products are 1,000% for everyone. And don't let anyone tell you that they're not, because we're walking proof, living proof that these products change our lives from the physical standpoint, mental standpoint, and financial standpoint. Okay. So with that being said, we'll highlight a couple of things that we got going on right now that all started from us basically drinking 2 shakes a day, 2 protein-based snacks, and 1 sensible dinner. So what does that mean? That means had a shake in the morning when you wake up, tea, and whatever tablets that you feel your body needed. Okay, we took Cell Activator because that's Herbalife's most important tablet. And then 2 to 3 hours later, we will always have a container or a plate with so many veggies you couldn't even see the bottom of the plate. Okay, and on the other side of that was either 1 chicken breast or 1 piece of fish, or if there was turkey. We believe in eating whole meals. We believe in eating, like, just really consuming food without skipping on, our nutrition. So we did that. And then 2 hours later, have another shake. Had the shake. 2 hours later, have, or 2 or 3 hours later, have a dinner. And it was really the same thing. It was a lot of veggies. It was protein, whether it was tuna, turkey, chicken, or fish. We like shrimp a lot around here, so we had a lot of shrimp. And we may have a small dose of carbs in the beginning. And that was really it. The plan is simple. Sometimes people confuse it. They overthink it. They want to weigh their food.
Be quiet, Lola.
Do all kind of crazy stuff. And that's not really what we want to do. So if this is your first time hearing this meal plan, welcome to the easiest meal plan on earth. If this is like your 12th time hearing this meal plan and you still didn't get it right, go ahead and revamp it. It's 2 shakes a day, 2 protein-based snacks, a colorful dinner. Now, these things change, right? As your body changes, as you lose weight, as you gain muscle, then you can add some things here. Some people like a lot of fruit. Some people like more carbs. I'm a carb junkie myself. Not so much a sweet tooth, but things like the pasta or like anything cracker-based, chip-based, like I'll eat the entire bag from beginning to end, wherever that may be. It can be generic. It can be Ruffles. It can be Tostados. It could be, I'll clear out a whole bag of nuts in one sitting, like a container of mixed nuts, the trail mix. That's gone. That's a family size bag. That's gone. Mac and cheese is life. Okay, mac and cheese. That'll work too. Yeah, Dula, man. I'd clear a whole bag out. I wonder why my stomach like I'm too much pregnant when I'm done. But that's just how it is. But the good thing about herbal is that you're able to jump back on your plan and get immediate results. I'll share another quick story with you guys. Some of you guys know I just had surgery, and it's funny how, to me, it seems like a long time, but it's not. I'm only recovered. Tomorrow I'll make 3 weeks or 4. So I think it's 4. I think I'm further than what I am, but I've only been post-op. It just sounds so crazy. Post-op. I've only been post-op 3 weeks. Come tomorrow, and I had double hernia surgery. So basically, I got 3 holes in my stomach. 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and they went in through my belly button. And I had hernias on both sides. The hernia that I went in for was for a fresh injury. I was doing hanging ab knee raises on the dip machine. I do mine a little different. I sit on the ground and I pull myself up from the ground from the sitting position, and my legs are off the ground like this, and I hike my knees back like that with my feet and butt never touching the ground. It's a little more advanced exercise to do. I used to do it a lot when I first started Herbalife. I went away from it. I think it's Chris. And I went back and I tried to do like too many sets. I don't know. I was feeling myself. Somebody walked past and was like, "Good job, man." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do it again." I did it again. Ended up doing it, and then it got really hot. Right, it got really, really hot in my groin area, and I'm like, "Damn, I think I pulled something." And so it's been like that since that was April, because that was before that. My man Dula, who's on the line right now, we were on accountability, getting in shape, and we was eating tuna and broccoli, like leaning out, drinking our shake with like PPP, not even protein drink mix, like PPP. I was eating broccoli and tuna. We was leaning out. So this is before Disney and all of that. We was leaning out, and I was at EOS knocking these out, and I managed to pull that. So I put it off because, again, like my man Dula here, we qualified for a North American vacation. So I wasn't about to have no surgery in between there. So I went to North American vacation. The most important event that Herbalife had, Extravaganza. We went to that. And then our team had a mansion party. So I had no time to be sitting around recovering for all that. Came back home, had the surgery. Some of you may have seen the videos. I'm sitting up there with my county socks on, making jokes in the bed with my phone, and they knocked me out. I woke up, put my underwear on. I don't know who put my underwear on. It was off in the first place, so that's a whole nother story. I don't know what happened, but I woke up with an ice pack on my stomach. I feel like one of the movies where people kidnap you and you wake up like with your spleen gone or whatever, or like your kidneys gone. You wake up in a tub of ice. I felt completely violated because I did not see myself get knocked out. They didn't even put the gas on me. I was knocked out from the drip that was put in my IV. It's a little cocktail they put in your arm before they knock you out with the gas. So I didn't even make it to the gas. Now, and I got a gas bill for $2,500 on my $2,800 on my counter right now. I'm like, I don't even know you even use that gas, and I owe y'all $2,800 just for the gas. That's ridiculous. But Herbalife income will take care of it. But so I'm laying there and I recovered. I come home. I'm out of it. Right, the narcotics wore off. At first, I said I ain't taking no pills. Second day, I was like, give me my bottle of pills. Like, I was in pain. As I'm recovering, I started having some numbness in my hand and my arm. And then, like, doctors can't explain it. They're like, oh, when your body goes through trauma, stuff happens. My nana went through the same thing. She said when she had her double hip replacement, she was going numb, and it cleared up by itself. I wasn't having it. I didn't know if it was poor circulation or what it was. So right away, my wife got me like doubled up all my products that I needed. Right, my Nightworks, Rebuild Strength, and Restore for the inflammation, because my stomach was swollen. And they were like, she said, here's the side effects. And this is probably TMI, but she was like, you're going to have like swollen scrotums. You're going to be constipated. And then, of course, you're going to be in pain. Well, only thing I had was in pain. I wasn't constipated because Tricia put apple fiber in every last one of my shakes, every last one of my teas. I had no problem going to the bathroom. My scrotums wasn't swollen. She had Restore with everything that I ate. She made me drink Rebuild. Even on my bed, like, I had to turn my head and drink out the straw, like even then, like, she had Rebuild Strength in there. She completely took care of me. And then just recently, as I've been walking around and moving again and doing stuff, the numbness in my hand has been because of poor circulation in this finger. So I've been doubling up on Nightworks, y'all. Nightworks, Prelox Blue for blood circulation. And I'm gonna tell you that the numbness is still there, but it's way better than what it was before. Now, I'm not saying that Herbalife is a cure for numbness. I'm just saying that the product Restore, or the product Nightworks, is designed for blood circulation. It's not mainly, but it's really used for people who could be heart attack prone because of poor circulation to and from their heart. It dilates the blood vessels. So with my blood vessels being dilated, the blood flow was better through my hands, was better through my arms. So now the numbness is going away a little bit. I still feel a little bit, but I have some on my leg as well. I don't feel the numbness in my leg anymore. It's just still kind of here on my finger. It comes and goes. But, and I test that onto the products. I don't think that if I had the products that I would be bouncing around I didn't have one hernia surgery. I had two. And she said the older one I had either for a long time or all my life, to the point where it had scar tissue on it. So that's on the left side with all of my organs are like still on top of each other over here on the other side. Small intestines, you got your pancreas over there, you got all these different things over here. And she was tapping on everything, trying to cut the scars away from that hernia. And that's why I got sensitivity issues over here on that side. So other than that, I'm blessed. I feel healthy. Again, these products don't cure or prevent any diseases, but if you put them in your body, it helps your body do magical things. So that's my latest testimony. I got to find a way to cut it down 30 seconds, though. That's my latest testimony for blood circulation, everything like that. So without further ado, we'll move on to the next thing here. And right now, I'm tracking the time, so it's 6:13. We actually have a couple of things we want to share as far as Dr. Tricia Matthews. You want to say that for you want to touch on the DAP and all of that? We're going through the what's it called? So we got a couple of things called the DAP program, and that's more on the business side, but it basically rewards people for getting the best shape of their life. In a nutshell, for those who don't do the actual business. And we have two different memberships, if you don't know. One is called a preferred member. That's basically like having a Sam's Club card or a membership to an exclusive grocery store where you can't get in the store unless you have the actual card. It gives you discounts on the products, and the discount will grow from 20 to about 40%. And that's zero commitment to sell anything. It's just having it's like free insurance almost. You pay a one-time fee. It's better than insurance. Insurance you got to pay every month. With this preferred membership, you pay a one time and you use the discounts for life. Okay, and then we have the distributor membership, which we use to actually retail the product to change our lives, to make a difference in our community. So I'm burning myself with tea. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the second half of me, the person who does all the numbers, keeps the organization tied together. We always say I'm Dino's, but then it's like, but really you got to ask Tricia though. So it's like hashtag ask Tricia. You know what I mean? So it sounds good. I think my name sounds better, but she knows more than me. So without further ado, we're going to bring up the second half of the second half of the Millionaire Team, Dr. Tricia Matthews.
What's up, y'all? Let me wait for him to mute his computer, because in case you guys can't tell, we're in the same room.
Oh.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, we're in the same room. Just I'm on the couch and he's in his special daddy chair. I don't have a special mommy chair. All the chairs are mine. So, the DAP program. First of all, I just want to do a shameless plug. On Thursday morning at 10 a.m., it is the very last First Steps for Distributors training call, happening Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that call is being hosted and held by yours truly. And it's only not because I'm that good, because some of you might remember I did one a couple weeks ago, and I'm not doing another one because I'm that good. I'm doing another one because I didn't record the first one. So right after the call, people were like, can I get that recording? I'm like, oh, was I supposed to record that? So there will be an encore just for the recording purposes. And then after that, there's going to be a series put together. So you'll get 7.5 Millionaire Team Nicole Lakin, executive 15K executive press team Celeste Richmond, President's Team Sharif Taiwo, and myself, 4 calls that are going to be recorded, and you'll have those access to those for yourself or for your downline moving forward. So back to the DAP program. It's actually called the Distributor Action Plan, which is DAP, D-A-P, and it's so easy. It's like a real quick, simple thing for you to give all your distributors so they know what they should be doing, have a goal to reach towards right away in the beginning. And I say it a couple of different ways. First of all, the way that it is on paper, 500 documented volume points over your base month. So if you're a new distributor, your base month is 0 because you didn't have any volume before. So it's just doing 500 documented volume points, 3 consecutive months, and then you get these amazing gifts. There is a branded blender, a mini blender, like a personal size, a branded full-size blender, this dope duffel bag which is actually like a gym kit. It's got some other stuff in there. I didn't get the duffel bag, so I don't know what's in it, honestly. Or $75 cash. But really, if I were you and you're getting this program, you're qualifying for it, pick one of the prizes because you can make the money, but you can't make those prizes. So do that. 500 volume points over your base month, 3 months in a row. If you've already been in the business, pick a month and do 500 more than that month, 3 months in a row, and get yourself in here. And then beyond that, for all of you who have been here for a while, if you get 2 of your new distributors to do that before the end of the year, you're going to qualify for this dope vacation at any Starwood resort. So they basically give you the gift card. You pick the resort, go wherever you want. It's basically like a weekend trip. And if you get 4 of your people to do it, you'll get to go to the vacation and get some cash to spend while you're there, $400. So the name of the game is getting some new distributors, teaching them how to hit 500 volume points 3 months in a row. I just did a first steps call with my new distributor today, gave her the deal, and basically told her, just go get you 5 new clients. Don't really worry about the volume points. I told her to write down a list of 20 people that she thinks can use these products, like right now, and then we'll work right on those 20 people between now and the end of the month, which is only 2 days away. So she's like, yeah, I can do 20 people between now and the end of the month. And right away, she thought I meant sell products to 20 people between now and the end of the month. She said, yeah, I could do it. So I said, cool. That's what I meant. But really, I just wanted her to have a list. So if all 20 of them don't buy something, she's still cool. So get with your new distributor, have them write down 20 people that they think could use these products right away, and then go through each of their 20 people with them. Say, what do you think this person needs these products for? And then tell them what they could say to that person or how to present it to them. So you can get them going, get them hitting their DAP program 3 months in a row, and get yourself on a vacation. That's all I got. Back to D.
Up, hook my sound back up, fired up. Cool. So that's what that is, y'all. So right now it's 6:20. We're gonna roll right into the business segment. But let me set this up first before we get involved in this. Let me just drop a couple of nuggets first before the nugget dropper takes over. And really what this is when we start Herbalife, the products are for everybody. Okay. And a lot of times when you start new ventures, no matter what it is, you don't have the same tools that you have down the road that you start with. So you come in anything, go to a job, you apply, they say, here's what you do. They say, here's your business or here's your job description. You start your job, you have no idea what you're doing, right? But you don't quit your job because something tells you have to stay there to get paid, okay? Or whatever else factor you got going on. You got to stay at this job. Insurance, people look at you crazy if you quit another job. Jobs are hard to come by, blah, 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 blah. The thing with Herbalife is that if you don't know how to sell anything or present anything, it's probably because you've never been taught how. So when you enter the realm of direct sales, enter the realm of presenting anything to somebody, there's certain tools that have to be taught. So every Tuesday and throughout the week, we got Tuesday afternoon. We got Tuesday afternoon is Tuesday morning is a call. Tuesday evening, we have Saturday training, my group. There's a huge Monday, get a comfortable squad. There's a first steps on Thursday. There's a lot of trainings throughout the week for you to consistently stay plugged in and learn new tools to do this business if you so choose to. When we started, we both working full-time jobs. And to make $546 the second month in Herbalife was life-changing for the family. Okay, it was almost like a rap video with like slow motion, like money be coming down in the air, walking through the mall. We hold up Adidas in slow motion. She pointed to him. I'm like, yeah. She like, yeah, we throw it in the bag, my heart, throw it in the car, keep on moving. I mean, it changed because a lot of times when we have money, we don't want the money for bills. Let's face it. Nobody is saying, let me get extra $1,000 to pay this punk ass student loan. Nobody cares about that. Really, you want the $1,000 so you can go kick it. And that's what we all want to survive, to get through the weekend and get back to our jobs that we hate on Monday. Everybody just needs something to be able to get away and be able to reset their week until they figure out the rest. So that's what the Herbalife opportunity can do for you part-time. It can give you enough to get through the weekend, to buy a little something, come Halloween time. I mean, let's face it, like, you want to treat your kids to Halloween costumes, but it's like, man, like, it's going to be a blow. Like, these things cost money, and you want to go to a party, and then I got to buy candy or whatever, and they see, you know, you done spent like $400-500 on Halloween. It lasts a day, right? So, you know, then Christmas is right, well, Thanksgiving is right behind that. If you cooking for Thanksgiving or somebody else is cooking, either way, that money's coming out of somebody's pocket. And then right behind that is Christmas. So this is the time of the year where the holidays just smack you in the face, smack you in the face, smack you in the face, smack you in the face. So this is where now that if you need some additional income, here's a time to stay on the line. Here's a time to listen up. Here's a time to get some nuggets. And what's dope about tonight's call, look at Ivy, what's up, man? You know how it look like. And so what's dope about this call is that a lot of people get to the business and they say, I don't know how to present this to my other half. I don't know if we can work together doing this business. I don't know if, what do I say to my other person to get involved? I don't know what he should do and what I should do. We both trying to do the same thing. We both talking to the same people. Nobody's on doing the computer part. How do you decide who does the talking to the people, who does the computer part? You got it. So with that being said, like me and go ahead. Dude. So with that being said, me and Trisha really had to figure out exactly like what our roles were. When I first started, I had to lose some of my pride. So gentlemen, listen up. I had to lose some of my pride because since I found it and I needed something in my life that I planted my flag in. I was, I found this is mine. Ooh, mine. I finally got one. I finally got something. Mine. Me. I did it. And what happened was that I wasn't ready to take on everything that came with the business all at once. A lot of stuff was, I'm good with computers. I'm excellent on computers. I'm bad with math. You see what I'm saying? I'm good with writing. I'm horrible with grammar. So a lot of things that were like X's and O's things are math-based, okay? I'm left-handed. That means I'm a right brain thinker. A lot of stuff that has to do with Herbalife is on the opposite side of the brain. It's taking me longer to figure it out, not my strength. So things that she learned, I'm like, well, I want to learn too, because it's mine. I want to learn too. I realized, like, man, it's taking too long, and I'm exhausted. I'd rather go make a creative video and go attract the world to look at me right now. I don't even sit here and look at this biz work. I don't. All these numbers give me a headache that's lined up right now on the spreadsheet. So for me, my business looked like, hey, you got a concern about the biz works. You got concern about how to pull numbers, how to calculate your royalties. You got to go talk to Tricia about that. Could I sit there and do that? Maybe. Take me 4 times as long to figure it out. But what my strength is keeping the crowd going. I can walk in any room and get it popping. My timing with jokes, my rhythm when it comes to people, my observation if somebody's having a good time or not, reading their facial expression. Okay, creative videos, creative quotes, pictures. Hey!
Somebody take the dog outside.
Shooting good videos.
I don't hear your children moving.
Having quality photos, knowing what angles to shoot a photo at. You know, those are my strengths, the creative eye. So I have to use those things to build my business and let her do that part. So if you live by yourself, you have to figure out what things are you really, really good at and run like hell with that. And the other things, work on those on your downtime. Work on the stuff that you're not good at when ain't nobody looking, or when you got an hour before you go to bed to go figure out how to pull up a report. Go ask somebody, then go practice pulling up a report. All of us should be sending out emails on the business side. If you're a supervisor and you're not sending out emails to your clients, you're already a step behind. Because in marketing, your clients got to see the same things over and over and over again and take heed to it. So if you don't know how that goes, talk to your upline, talk to Tricia, talk to somebody that can show you how to pull your email list and send it out. If you're not sending emails out, then what is your method of virtually keeping your hands on somebody's shoulder? Okay. Speaking of emails, I've gotten rid of my autoresponder. It's the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna bring my man up. I've got rid of my autoresponder. It's called Get Response. And what it was I had landing pages and I had a newsletter reply function on there, and basically I'll make up an email and I'll send it out to everybody who's in that what we call campaign. Campaign means everybody who email you added to that particular list. So I email that campaign out. Now, the thing about that was that if I email them about the workouts, it was just some decorative stuff on there, whatever, some logos and whatnot that I've got from the Get Response, or that I have to find myself and put them on there. And then once they like have good conversation about the fit camp, now I'm trying to talk them over into actually the product. So that's like 2 steps, okay? And I had to put a lot of energy into making it work just right, and then making it optimized on mobile. That's really important for those who don't know. People use their phones now more so than laptops. So I had to make sure that it was optimized on mobile. Sometimes it wouldn't match up right. Then I had to sit there and go back on the computer. So I spent an hour and a half doing that just to send out an email to 50 people. So guess what? This is why Herbalife is so dope, y'all. Herbalife has an email marketing system. And all those leads now, I took out of my Get Response, gave Latricia to put into the Herbalife responder. Now, when you send out emails and newsletters, it's already mobile optimized for telephones. You don't gotta sit there and be moving stuff around. You don't gotta fix anything. Like, and then it has like the Herbalife logo in the corner, but people already know what it's about. That cuts out me then trying to re-explain to them, yeah, this is a workout, but this is really about Herbalife, but this is, and everything is about speed when it comes to marketing. Herbalife is the best company in the world. So these third-party apps, the reason why they're available is because other companies out here don't have these tools for free. So they got to use autoresponders and stuff like that. Herbalife already has that. And now we have our own wellness evaluation built in that gives me free workouts. I was making my own free workouts to give to people. So we had to shoot it, and I had to edit it, and then I had to, the sound crazy, or YouTube said they don't like it's copyrighted music. So I had to do something else and then save it and then send the link out. And I just gave out my website to 5 people just now on a Facebook group because I said I got free website, I got free recipes, I got free workout plan, free meal plan. Who's interested? 5 ladies just like me. I sent them my information. Now, when they register on my wellness profile, the computer all by itself is going to give them a meal plan. They're going to be able to download a recipe. It's going to give them Samantha Clayton's workouts, who is in way better shape than I am. So all this stuff is already for free for anybody who wants it. It's done. This is why we got the best business in the world. So now we going strictly off of the autoresponder for Herbalife. I don't have my Get Response anymore. I was going to do ClickFunnels, but you know what? All that stuff just takes away from me talking to people and trying to get people on the products. So when we were doing our thing, we were top of GUS as far as volume and doing everything for like 2 years straight. And other people were watching, and other couples were watching, and one of the couples that shined through was Dula and Ari. Ariana and Abdul, right? And they were in the shadows, just building and waiting, building. They had a lot of frustration, man. We can't get this thing off the ground. We can't figure it out. How y'all getting volume? We will always just share what we doing. The action, we moving fast, we loud, we all over the place. And then Ari got pregnant. And then when she got pregnant, she showed what was possible by doing the work while she was pregnant. Most people will go the opposite direction. She was passing out flyers. Then she went full term with the baby. And if you might just see him running around. Now they're expecting another baby. And she's on product full term, taking the products while having the baby. And their volume right now is the highest in all of GUS. And it's been that way for a minute. And not even like by a little bit, by like double. Like their margin of high volume was higher than me and Trisha's margin of high volume when we was doing high volume. But they paid attention. They remained humble. They asked questions. Dula will always hit me up. And now I hit them up for tips. So this is the power of what's possible if you just hang in there and just do your thing. And not only are they growing volume-wise, their organization, now supervisors underneath them are exploding. They're on their second cut of 2.5 global expansion. So for those who don't know, in layman's term, it's like you got to do it one time to prove it, 2 times to prove it, 3rd time you made that, you did the same work, boom, you got it. Now you're officially a 2.5 global expansion team, marketing pin holder. So without further ado, he gave up his time on the last minute. I asked him to do this. This is my dude right here. I was so proud of him and his family for being on the first vacation, North American vacation, with us. And this is the thing is that Dula will always ask me, like, dog, what's it like to be on the vacations? What's it like to be VIP? And I still got memories of me and Trisha hanging with them at the last VIP experience and the North American vacation. One of the dopest pictures we took was because of them. And because of the tips they gave me about the camera, I brought that back home and started taking the same type of photos with my camera. So talking about iron sharpens iron, without further ado, I want to give it up for my man, Dula.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, D and Trish, thank you guys so much. Honestly, man, you already know, bro. I'm just a text or a phone call away. I don't care what it is. Honestly, I'm going to tell you guys what a zero excuses is, and I'm going to get into my story really quick. So today we're doing the hurricane relief. Is a donation, right? So D texted me, literally was like, yo, what are you doing today? Are you able to jump on a call? So I told Ari, and once again, I'm going to get into both sides. I'm going to get into the singles, and then I'm going to get into the couples. But first, I want to make sure that everyone here is looking to either build a business or is in the business and is actively doing the business. So I know I have a few people with still pictures. If you're able to jump on your camera, that's rule number 1, is respecting the person who is speaking. So having a photo, like if you're at work, I understand. I used to do the same thing, and I'm going to get into that. And I'm not calling anybody out. But if you're driving, I don't want you looking at the camera. So I know someone just came on, Larissa, is that? Hey, what's up, girl? All right. So I don't want you looking at the camera if you're driving. Just listen to my voice, take mental notes if you're unable to write down. You might not even have to write anything down because I'm going to speak from the heart because that's what Herbalife is. And like I said, first and foremost, I want to thank D and Trish for really paving the way for GUS. I know Style Bell, Reeve, we have all those, but I'm looking at a couple who I want to – man, I'm going to show you guys what little dude is doing right now. You can do the business from anywhere. He over here standing up on the couch, speaking to the pictures. That's vision right there. This dude's tripping. Hope he don't fall, but it's all good. I told Ari, if he falls, he has to learn. He has to learn how to get knocked down and get back up. So that's a side note. But honestly, like we've watched D and Trish, and I think you led Top Volume for almost 2 years, right? If I'm not wrong. And I remember, like we was doing high numbers, but they were killing us. And I was like, God damn, like they're a family, they have kids, and they're smashing this business and they're flying up the marketing plan. So what's the first thing you do? If you see someone that's successful in Herbalife, jot this down. Reach out to them. Now, don't reach out to them with no thirsty questions. What's a thirsty question? Hey, D, how are you doing the volume? Because that's probably one of the dumbest questions you can ask somebody who's leading the volume, right? That's the opportunity for you to really get to know the person, one, because they're doing the same thing that you're doing, but then they're just not stopping. So we noticed that. We were like, okay, they have a family. They just opened up a club in Arizona. I used to live in Arizona. I was tight because I was like, damn, I used to live there. They probably taking all my people. I went to Arizona State University. But I was like, you know what? They're in great hands. Then there's one person in particular. He was a good friend of mine, and D opened up the club to him. He no longer comes to the club, no problem. He's not even doing Herbalife anymore. But that showed me what family is in Herbalife. Like, D didn't have to do it. He opened up this club to this gentleman just to show him what love and family is about. So from that day, I had way more respect than I already have for you guys. And then obviously seeing you on like these vacations and you're taking photos and then sitting in the VIP. And I'm just like, God damn, like if they can do it, we can do it. There's no reason why we should not be qualifying for these type of events. So Abdul Talib Din, I've been a part of Herbalife about 4.5 years. My wife, she's at Our Ladies workout. And honestly, guys, like 310 pounds at my biggest. Like I said, I played Division I football at Arizona State University, tore my ACL. From that moment, I started to gain more weight. So I probably put on about close to 60 to 80 pounds from already being big. So at my biggest, 310 pounds. I knew nothing about nutrition. I knew a lot about working out, and you guys know the two, right? If you work out and you still eat the way you eat, you're not really going to receive those results that you want. So what really bridged the gap for me was being open to a new opportunity. I was already doing different diets. If you probably saw like a different shake in the store, I probably tried that. If you saw like the infomercial type deal, I probably tried that too. So I invested a lot of money in these products, which I always say it didn't work, but it wasn't the products, because no matter what you use, it's going to work. It works on the consistency. So my first year I lost 110 pounds. I didn't even think about having a cheat meal because I got tired of being a 44-inch waist. I got tired of going to people's house, sleeping over, and them telling me like, yo, like no disrespect, man, but you can't stay over no more because the way you snore, like I can't sleep. So those are the things that kind of drew the line for me. And what you have to do, you have to take care of your health. So the doctor told me, hey, you're healthy now because you're an athlete, but I don't know what to tell you in the next 5 years. So for me, that's all I needed to hear. I didn't have to hear, you need some motivation. You got like, motivation is BS. I'm not going to curse because I see some kids kind of roaming around. But motivation is BS because you can be motivated the night before you go to bed to work out and get fired up and get back on your meal plan. But the next morning, wake up, something happens, you look at your phone, and it's not the message that you want to receive. That motivation is out the window. So you have to find self-motivation. And what is that? I'm sure you probably know what it is, but this was my self-motivation. I had a burning desire to be a better person. I had a burning desire to do more for myself before I could do more for others. So I would get up at 3 a.m., get to the gym by 3:30, work out in the corner because I was still embarrassed of what I looked like. I would have a sweater on, my headphones, some sweats, and I just made up workouts. Like I didn't want to do the typical, do 10 reps, you do 5 of these, and you never sweat. So I put 45 minutes on the clock. I pressed start, and I just worked the whole entire 45 minutes. It was stuff that I was just doing random stuff. So 110 pounds down, people started getting nosy. At the time, Ari was my sponsor. So Ari is my wife right now. So tip number 1, if you get into Herbalife, you can happen to find a nice-looking lady, or you can find a nice-looking guy, but you have to go to the events, right? If you don't go to the events, you're not going to see them. If you're on social media, they're going to be like, yo, did you go to the events? You're going to be like, nah. They're going to be like, well, I'm not wasting my time on you. So go to the events because you never know what can happen out of those events. I actually met Ari before Herbalife, but we reconnected in Herbalife, which is great. So we decided to do the business, right? I was Ari's only supervisor. Basically, once I came into Herbalife, I always did high numbers. I averaged like 7,500, 10,000, 12,000, 17,000. So the numbers for me wasn't an issue because I knew how to talk to people. Now, you don't have to have a script. You just have to share who you are. I think that's the most important thing in Herbalife is you hear so many things from the stage and you try to implement everything from the stage. Like you have to implement what you do. Like if you love to work out, invite people to workouts. If you love to do flyers, invite people with you to do flyers. Figure out what you're great at individually, or if you're in a couple, it's okay. Or if you're a couple, find out what your husband or your spouse or your wife is good at, and you master what you're great at. And then from there, you can just gel it together. So that's a tip for the couples. If you're a single, you're like, man, it's 2 of them and it's 1 of me. Look at Celeste Richmond. That's all I got to say. Look at Piney. I'm sure you guys know who that is. These people were independent distributors by themselves. They're not in a couple. They're not in a relationship. Well, they are now, but they're not in a relationship. But they still put the work in. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown on what I currently do today. So after speaking on stage at Extravaganza, let me grab my son really quick. I'm sorry, y'all. Come on. Okay, so after speaking on stage at Extravaganza, we sat down and said, you know what, babe, me and Ari, we said, babe, we need a 90-day plan. We never did a 90-day plan in 4 years in Herbalife. We kind of started one. If you don't know what a 90-day plan is, it's basically like a 3-month schedule on what you're going to do no matter what. So I tried doing that when I worked overnight at FedEx office for 1.5 years. What I quickly noticed was it was hard as heck to have a job overnight, run a business, with a brand new baby on the way. So I had to figure some things out. So wound up doing our 90-day plan, which we just finished our first month, which is great. But I'm gonna share with you guys exactly what we're doing this 90-day. As Dee mentioned, high volume. Our checks are always great. Like for the past 4.5 months, we've hit at least $7,000 or more every single month. But let me share with you before the $7,000. It was a time when we could barely pay our rent. Our rent was $2,100 here in San Diego. Our checks sometimes in Herbalife was $1,700, sometimes $1,500. So if you do the math, we didn't have enough for the basic rent. That's not including electricity. That's not including food. So it was things that we really had to figure out. So that's when we decided to do multiple things. We did flyers, we did social media. We just did everything in our power to create some type of momentum for ourselves. So if you're at a point right now where you're like, damn, nothing's happening for my business, you have to look in the mirror and say, what can I do better to make my business grow? The first step can be working on yourself. I know you hear that all the time. You're probably like, dude, I know this, but that's very important because if you feel like you're going to produce the same exact thing. So if that's you going to the gym a little bit different, trying a different schedule, if you're working out by yourself, maybe getting someone to hold you accountable to go with you to the gym, completely turn whatever you're doing to the opposite direction because that's going to help you grow. But as I'm looking like, everybody look they pretty fit. I see my man with the shoulders, his triceps was banana, Mr. YPM. He was cooking. I was like, damn, this dude arms is on fleek. I need to get like that. So I'm about to work out with you. So it's really just trying to figure out what you want to do for yourself, but then also implement that into your Herbalife business. Like you don't have to know everything in Herbalife, guys. I can tell you that right now. I don't even know what's in half of the products, but I have a conviction of how they make me feel. So if you're like a bookworm, okay, I can understand that. But maybe the people that you have in your downline is not going to be the same way you are. So why try to force them to do the same thing that you're doing, right? If you only know that Formula One works because it is and it tastes good, share with them that. That's all they need to know. Let the doctors do the research. You can still read up, have a little bit of knowledge, but don't over-educate yourself. You know, none of us as doctors here except Dr. Treach. You know what I mean? So here go our new schedule, right? We did this for 30 days. Like I mentioned, right now we're clearly still averaging about $7,000 plus. So do I have to have a job? Let me see you guys go no or yes. Do I need extra income? I mean, of course we can always use extra income, but do I need a job right now? If you're making $7,000, would you still work other than Herbalife? Okay, so let me share with you guys. Remember, in order to get something different, you have to do something different. So I recently started doing Lyft. You guys know what Lyft is, right? It's kind of like Uber. You personally drive your car, you drive and pick people up. So I said, we're going to do this for 90 days. Ari, I'm going to get up at 3 a.m., which is, you guys are 2 hours ahead of us, D, or 1 hour? Okay, so you're 1 hour. So same time, right? Okay, perfect. So I decided to get up at 3 a.m. because this little dude right here gets up at 6. So when I was getting up at 5, I was going straight to drive. I'll drive from about like 5 o'clock to about 12 o'clock, come home. Ari goes to CrossFit. I'll come back home. I'll hit the gym around 2 o'clock. What I was noticing was I was on the road too much and I wasn't really focusing on Herbalife. So I clearly had to switch one of my DMOs. And my DMO is, okay, how can I still be aggressive in my daily activity of what I'm doing, but then also have it more efficient? So I said, you know what? Go back to the old doula. Get up early. I said, set my alarm at 3:05 because I need the extra 5 minutes because 3 o'clock, I'm like, that's too early. But at 3:05, you feel good. You know what I mean? So once 3:05 hits, I'm not thinking about nothing but getting my butt out of the bed. I already have my clothes laid out for me because I know if I get up and I just put my clothes on, I brush my teeth, wash my face, I already have my half gallon with 2 scoops of CR7, 2 scoops of Bev Mix because I'm going straight to the gym to lift. I don't want to have time to make my shake. I don't want to do all that right now. Like my thing is to work out on an empty stomach because that's what I used to do when I first started Herbalife. And that's when I lost the 23 pounds in the first month, the 67 pounds in 3 months, 110 pounds because I had a routine. So find a routine when you wake up in the morning. That's another tip. So Monday through Friday, no matter what, I do Lyft driving. Abdul, why are you doing Lyft driving? because that's a great way for me to do face-to-face. You guys are familiar with face-to-face, right? If you have a car and you're not working, I highly recommend, but make sure you're doing your business, right? I highly recommend either do Uber or do Lyft. One, you're going to make some extra income, which is always good. So in a week of work, I only do 23 to 25 hours of driving. I split it up throughout Monday through Friday, but I always average at least 2 to 3 brand new contacts. If you in my car, you're going to get talked to about Herbalife. I don't throw it up on you. I just organically share it. And this is how a conversation will go. Somebody jumps in my car. Hey, how's your day going? Going pretty good. Oh, I see you headed to the airport. I got you. Because the airport from where I live at is about 15 minutes away. You only got to share your 30-second story to get the person intrigued. So from that point, I'm like, okay, cool. I can't have this bottle because it's too big in the car. So I'll bring one of the promotion cups. You know, if you qualify for the events, they give you these dope cups that has Herbalife on it. That's a nugget. Qualify for these events so you can get the special cups that fit in the glove compartment. So I have the brand new promo cup. Boom, it says Herbalife on it. I make sure if they're sitting in the back of me, when they're going to the back, I turn that Herbalife cup so they can see it. Now, all this is just product placement. If you watch movies, you see things in the movies like the Sprite bottles, the Pepsi, and it can be in a far distance, but you still see it. And you're not listening to the person, you're looking at that product like, what's that right there? What's that Herbalife? So from there, I'm like, okay, cool. Where are you going? Oh, I'm flying out to work. Oh, that's awesome. So I always share with them, how do you like your job? Yes, son. Let me know if you guys can hear me, because I know it's night time for him, but he starts making noises. So I always ask him, how do you like your job? Now, I didn't go straight in for the Herbalife kill. This is just basically trying to get some type of rapport with the person. Now, if they're in my car for about 3 to 4 minutes, I'll probably speed up the process a little bit faster. But if I know if you're in the car for a little bit longer, that's a great way for me to build a relationship with you. So I always ask them, you know, how do you like your job? When they say that, it's an opportunity for them to learn about what I'm doing. So from there, I always share, well, my wife and I work from home. That's the first thing I say. And they're probably saying, well, if you work from home, why are you driving? I never share my income with them in the car because you never know what the person is carrying. So be wise on what you're sharing. Don't give them too much information, but just enough to get their contact. So I always share with them, my wife, we do health and fitness. My wife's the personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionist, but guess what? I lost 110 pounds. I love to cook. So therefore, I consider myself a nutritionist. I'm not certified, but I know what it takes to lose weight, right? What do nutritionists do? They teach you what to eat and how to lose the weight. That's what I do. I do that in Herbalife. We just have a form of using powder, and we have our healthy meals with our tablets. So guess what? I'm an Herbalife nutritionist. Wow. From there, I go, and let me tell you this part that's crazy. They go, what? I go, I started these products, about 4 years ago. I was 310 pounds. When you say that to somebody, they look at your body. And I get doctors that come in the car, and they look at my body and go, you a what? I got them. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. I got you. I'm going to get your contact, and I'm going to talk to you about exactly what I do. Either you're on a plane or when you're at lunch or whatever the case is. So that's my DMO. I do Lyft driving 5 days out of the week. I go to the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning. I try to get done with the gym by at least 4:45 to come back home, make my shake, which takes a few seconds. I can't blend it because they're still asleep. I shake it up. I hit the door. I go out from 5:30 to about 12 o'clock the latest. But if I make enough money, my goal is always $50, which is not a lot of money. But if we do $50 times that by 5, that's a pretty good income for a side gig. So that was my focus. So now how do me and my wife do the business together? We have a way where we funnel people, right? What's a funnel? Super simple. It's filling in a pipeline of different activities. So if I meet someone via Lyft, our business card has myself and my wife on it. If you don't have a business card, if you have the funds, I highly advise you to maybe get one. It depends on how you do your follow-up, if you have flyers and stuff like that. Sometimes a business card is an easy introduction to tell people what you do, because sometimes it's kind of hard to go up to a stranger with no business card and you saying, hey, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. But your business card, you want to have enough information, but not too much where it's like the person can't understand what's happening, right? I just have me and my picture with my wife. I have our Instagram, I have our Facebook, and then I'll just have like some of the workouts that we do on the back of the card. Or if you want to do it before and after, that's a great way to really get someone to see what you're doing. So for Ari, her business is stay-at-home mommy, you know? And it's great because everything she does is from here. Everybody has one of these, right? Either it's an iPhone, an Android, a tablet, a laptop. You don't really have to leave the house if you don't want to. Like when we go home, when we go out, we do our face-to-face, but we don't like go out there and try to like get everybody because we can do that at a different time. But we really just try to focus on who we can meet. We're always branded. People love little kids or people love dogs. So if you have either one, bring them out because that's going to be an easy starter for a conversation. And from there, they see our buttons or whatever the case is. Oh, what do you do? Oh, we do health and fitness. So it's always, I do this, get whatever you need from them, and then exchange contacts. So I always get a person, I'll funnel them to Ari, whether it's we start them on a 3-day trial. That's just our funnel. Whatever you do works perfect. But we figured out 3-day trials for us works best because we can get a large amount of people started. And in that way, we're filling in each pipeline, whether they want to be a client, preferred member, or a distributor. So finding out what funnel works best for you is always important. Like I said, you might hear what I'm saying today. It might not relate to you, which I'm not upset with. But you might take away something. You can be like, you know what? I'm going to go do Lyft driving. Because if I can meet some people and make some extra cash and introduce them to what I'm doing, that might be like something that can work for me. So figure out what works best for you. Figure out what works best for you and really just implement that into whatever you're doing because you do have what it takes to make it in Herbalife. Like you don't have to be a rocket science. You don't have to know everything about the products. You don't have to know everything about the business. But what you just have to know is what works best for you. Just do that. Always share that with your upline and never be ashamed of not knowing something. Like if you see someone who's successful, we always tell them, hey, reach out to that person. Because there was plenty of times where we did team calls and nobody had questions. But then once we got off the call, our inbox was going bananas. And you know what? Not to be rude, I don't answer them. Because I'm like, yo, I seen your face on the call and we asked, did you have any questions? And maybe you didn't have it at the moment. You know what I mean? But we know, D, right? You know when somebody is really like, you know who you are if that's you. Because I was that person before. You know what I mean? Like, we really want to just don't be afraid of seeking help in Herbalife. So if you want to implement your business off of what someone else is doing, I'll say talk to them, get some information, but then also do what you have to do to make that business yours. Herbalife, yes, is a copycat business, but if you're posting the same thing that I'm posting, what makes you different? And quality. This is kind of like to end it up because I want to get into some questions really quick. And just quality, like really having great quality work. Like if you don't have a camera, it's okay. But if you're taking photos, make sure that the lighting is good. So therefore, when people are scrolling, because that's what they do on social media, scrolling, make sure that they scroll, but look at yours and be like, damn, yo, this dude abs is popping. Like, oh, this lady does crazy squats. But if it's like foggy and there's no real content behind it, like people are just going to scroll past you. Like that happens. So really just taking the time to invest in your craft, taking the time to invest in your business because this is your business. So why not just make it the best it can be? I hope I touched upon everything, D. Like this little dude just came in and kind of just threw me off course. But I definitely want to open it up because this is a future president's team business. And I'm a numbers guy just like D. And I like to look at numbers and I like to ask questions about numbers. My question is to you guys, is when are we hitting president's team? And what does that mean? That means everyone striking their goals, everyone going after it, one for themselves, because if you're not rooting for yourself, you ain't gonna root for your upline. And that's one thing we notice in Herbalife. If you're not cheering for the person who signed you up, why are you doing this? Because if we're being selfish, there's no way that our teammates are gonna win. And that's what struck our business a little bit different. You know, we were never pushing people for numbers, but we told people what was possible, and we just went. We for the first year, we waited. The first 2 years, we waited for people. Like, hey, we got an event. You want to come? Hey, you got an event. You want to come? Like, it's Saturday. Like, I shouldn't be telling you there's an STS when you've been in Herbalife for 3 years. You know damn well as an STS, you've been in Herbalife. You have the websites. So that's the, I know it's kind of jumping up, but that's just the part that I don't get. I told Ari today, I was like, yo, this girl don't go to STS, stop replying to her. Just like that. She said, oh, I know. Yo, this girl is asking me the same questions for the past year. She doesn't go to no events, but she want to know how the business work. We did videos, we sent it. We did everything we could to help our team be successful. Why do we have brand new people coming in doing 7,500 volume points? Why do we have brand new distributors hitting supervisor in 3 to 4 months? Why do we have a brand new distributor who's only been in the business for 10 months just hit active world team? We need to stop focusing on the people that don't show up, find brand new people, let the brand new person pass them up in the business. Because that's going to do one or two things. It's going to inspire the person or it's going to kick them out. You got to love them still, right? You still love them. But at the end of the day, I'd rather a brand new person come in and beast this business. Because that's the only reply you got to tell them, like, yo, what are they doing? The same I was telling you to do. But you didn't do it. So, man, I'm about to get fired up. I'm going to block that off. Yo, D, I want to open up for some questions. Like, honestly, guys, this is the opportunity for you to ask questions. Don't be afraid. I know we're a little over time. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can stay on a little bit longer. But I really believe that this is a perfect call because it is EOM. And I love D and Trish. That they're my family. And honestly, guys, like, if they're not Prez team by 2018, I'm going to personally come to everybody and ask them why. Because your goals should be pushing for your upline. Your goals should be pushing for yourself. If you're at the same pin for the past 2.5, 3 years, it's time to do something different. All right, here we go.
Fire me up, dude. So anybody got questions? And listen, no question is you gonna answer this question? All right, go ahead, bust it.
I just want to answer your question. Oh, my bad. No, just hit mute on your computer. Oh.
You can tell she's computer savvy. I don't know about D, yo. I don't know how much D knows.
So we're in our 3-month plan for the third quarter right now. That's going to generate the momentum to push into our Prez team cuts in the fourth quarter. So, and that's the bright goal, which our goal was really to hit it in the first quarter of 2018, but we're pushing to go into the cuts in the fourth quarter of 2017. So that way we'll definitely be there by first quarter of next year. So if anyone doesn't know what that means, is October, November, December is our fourth quarter. So we're going for that Prez team cut then, because we got Brian and Melissa going to get team in that fourth quarter. We got DP and Marius going to get team in that fourth quarter. We got Mark going to active world team in that fourth quarter. And then Alyssa is going to get her active supervisor and hopefully get into world team in that fourth quarter. So with those people, plus we got some new people coming up that y'all are seeing that are going to be supervisors by that fourth quarter and plan on beasting it. So we're just really putting all the pieces down right now to go into that in the fourth quarter.
Yes. I love that. I love that, guys, because having a plan, right, you can have goals, but if your goals don't match up what your numbers should look like, then you're just kind of hopefully wishing that something pops up out of it. So I love how Tree brushed that down, because you have to have people, right, have those people with their goals, because their goals is going to eventually push you towards where you need to be. And remember, we all win in Herbalife, but it had to start with the brand new person, the senior consultant, all the way up to supervisor, world team, active world team. So, like I said, I'm excited for you guys. Like, our goal is Prez team. It's a stretch, but I know damn sure we will be walking stage with you guys at President's team. So we love you guys, and I can't wait to have like the little roses or whatever they give you, the bouquet or whatever that thing is with the streamers, because I'm tired of the streamers hitting me on my leg and me sitting down. Yo, it's crazy, yo. I hope you guys, just stay on, guys. Don't leave. Like, let's keep going for as long as you guys can. I'm here. Ari's going. He's sleeping. It's all good.
You knocked Avi out that quick? It's all good, man. Yes, yeah, you know, that's what we want to get across the stage with you guys and inspire our other downline to be all sitting VIP. Man, everybody be sitting VIP. You know, we go across the stage, like they said, man, like when they take you back to North Carolina to Salem, they know your whole like story. They said will make everybody cry. They put your story in the CEO read your life off to you about how you made it. You be wondering like, how you do know all this stuff? So I'm looking forward to all the moments, man. So anybody got questions, Medulla, like don't be gun shy. Like things that we may have said may have not like fell on your ears correctly, or I don't say all my words all the time. So I might have said something to you and you probably was just like, I don't know what dude said. So I mean, don't feel free to ask Dula the same questions or similar questions or whatever, man. This is what this call is for. Anybody. We got couples.
We got him.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Danielle. This is Marius. And my question is, so I see Ari post a lot about like the Telegram chats that you guys use for clients. We're trying to like build up the momentum in the chat, but I feel like nobody wants to support it. So do you have any tips like for getting the energy flowing in the Telegram chats, or like what do you do for people that are maybe like new, they just use Facebook? Like how do you really pump up Telegram or whatever funnel you use?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we actually used Facebook group message for 4 years. We even had like a Facebook private client page. So a transition from doing Facebook for so long to just switching to a new app, for us, it was a little bit of a challenge because we built up so much momentum in these two funnels, which was every funnel we had either it was a distributor, Facebook chat, which is only for distributors, a client one just for clients, and then we had the client page. But it was actually called behind the scenes clients. So we had three funnels that we actually put people in before we put everybody into everything. And it was confusion. We didn't know who was doing the business. We know who was doing this, who wasn't doing that. But what we recently started doing is because we noticed that one of our downline members, like I said, you can always learn from somebody in your business. You guys know who Kiera Ruffin is, right? Like Kiera, it's funny to tell you a backstory about her. So Kiera, she's from a town where Ari's from, which is called Seaside, California. Kiera came to a workout about 2.5 years ago when we lived in Monterey. Monterey is up in the peninsula. It's like an hour, 45 minutes away from San Francisco. Kiera came to the workout with her whole family. And I told Ari that day, I was like, yo, this girl's going to be a coach on the team. And Ari didn't see it. Kiera used one Formula One for a whole entire year and never ordered. And then when she finally ordered, she ordered the herbal aloe, the aloe soothing gel, because we told her to get aloe, and she thought the soothing gel was something you put in your tea. So it was crazy. So, but you see her results now. Hopefully she didn't use the soothing aloe to drink it, but if she did, that's a result. So, honestly, so but Kiera was telling us because she moved to Miami, and let me tell you the power of the events and the power of sidelines really quick before I answer that question. Jorge and Disney. I'm really good friends with George. Like I reached out to him on Facebook because I seen something in their business that I wanted to do for myself and my family. So I reached out to George, just got his number, whatever the case is. 2 weeks later, Kiera wound up moving to Miami. So I was like, hey, Kiera, there's an event called STS. You got to go. I told my friend about you. He's looking to see, he can't wait to see you. So Kiera didn't have, her clothes didn't arrive. Nothing came from Monterey. So she had to go to Target and go shopping. So she went to Target, went shopping, had the opportunity to meet up with George. And then from there, she killed the business because she seen something. So no matter what, if somebody in a different city, in a different state, you make sure they get to that event because it's very important because you never know what can happen. She heard a story from stage. It was a single mom with 2 kids. She's a single mom with 2 kids. She found out the lady can do it. The lady was making $18,000. So Kiera said, if she can do it, I look a little cuter than her, the ego. I look a little cuter than her. I know I can do it. So that got her into business. But to answer that question, Kiera heard something from stage and she was like, this lady is doing a Telegram. I know we have a Facebook group, but she said her Telegram group is always popping. So how do you get the Telegram group popping? If it's the same people that's in it, let's just say, are they still using the products like the people that's in the group? So everyone is using the products? Okay, now if people aren't using the product, which means they're not reordering, we take them out of the group, right? So that's rule number 1, because we have to treat that group like our baby. You know, you're not gonna let somebody come in your house, take your baby and walk out. You have to treat it like, this is mine. You know what I mean? Like set the standard from the beginning. And the way we set that is like, hey guys, we're treating this like a Costco membership, a 24-hour fitness membership. If you don't pay the month, you can't go to the gym. You know, if you don't pay your Costco membership, they're not going to say, oh, okay, you didn't pay it today, but come on in, you know, still go shopping. No, they're going to be like, yo, Your card doesn't work. Either you pay it now or you can't buy your groceries. So we have to treat that with the same type of mentality. It's like, this is my membership, this is my fitness gym, or this is my Costco club. And if you don't pay your bill, you can't come. And how do they pay bill? They have to be on products. If you're not on products, you can't be in it. So that's standard number one. Number two is start with something really simple. Hey guys, we're about to do a gallon challenge. Who's in? No, that's the easy, like, you ain't gotta be like, yo, post your before and after. Like, yo, we're doing the gallon challenge starting Tuesday. What's today? Yeah, I don't know what today is. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday? One of those days. All right, so, yo, you tell them, like, but set it out a day. Like, if you do, like, hey, tomorrow morning we're gonna start a gallon challenge. Like, some people are like, yo, I ain't got a gallon, then excuses come in. So you give them a 2-day heads up. Hey guys, we're gonna start a gallon challenge on Wednesday. Make sure you get your gallons if you don't have one, but post this because this is volume, right? This is something that's gonna increase your volume, but then it's also a branding tool. So make sure every client that's in that channel has this because they have to post this in the morning. Hey, have 2 of these, that's your gallon. We're gonna do this for 1 week straight. So small will eventually bring momentum. So you have a small thing, which is a gallon challenge. The next thing can be, this is called a 3-day eat clean challenge. Post your meals for the next 3 days. And even if no one's posting, you guys be consistent with posting it. Because there's plenty of times where people never post, but me and Ari stay consistent for 3.5, 4 years. So we have to lead by example. And then from there, just get brand new people. Put the brand new people into the channel to the point where the old people are like, my phone is blowing up. Guess what? You ain't meant to be in the joint anyway. Then they can easily they can press the leave group button. So really just finding something that's going to start to maybe to re-engage the group. A gallon challenge, you can never go wrong with a gallon challenge because it's one of the easiest things that people can do. And then it can slowly start building up momentum. But then for you guys, like if you're having a problem with that with the group, I'll just say keep throwing like little challenges. And hey, we're going to do, for the ladies this week, we're going to do a booty squat challenge. For the fellas, we're going to do like a 10 push-up challenge a day. Like make something small that everyone feel that they can do. That was our great tip on how we implemented that. But then really just, if they're stuck on Facebook, and I know I'm kind of going on, if they're stuck on Facebook, meet them where they are. You know, never nothing wrong with that. But we always say, hey guys, you know, like we just heard about this brand new app. It's free. People love the word free. Like they don't even have to know about it. It's like, hey, it's a free app. It's called Telegram. We have a group and it's already insane. Like you guys will love this group. And even if it's just you two posting, you just got to post more because you told them that it was insane. And we just started a challenge. I would love for you to join this group. And eventually you'll start kind of taking away from Facebook and you'll just funnel everybody on there. Now we don't have no Facebook threads. We don't have no Facebook client page. Everything is based off Telegram. Our Telegram is always popping. Like we have over 100 and something members in it. Mind you, we started this a month before Extravaganza. So it's just whoever's on products, they're going into this Telegram and we treat it like a membership. If you're not on products, or you're not active in the thread, we take you out. We give you a week to be active. If you're not messaging or putting any comments, we take you out of the thread. So I hope that answers your question.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
No problem.
No, it's fire. I like that, dude.
I got time, bro. Honestly, like if they want to keep rolling, I know I like to respect people's time, but if you guys want to keep rolling or if people have to jump off, like, please don't feel like you're being disrespectful. But honestly, like,
no, you good. No,
give you guys as much as I can.
No, you good, dude. 100. You good. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to. I mean, y'all the top of the food chain right now. You know what I mean? As far as tab team, so I'm giving everybody a chance to let them hear from you. So,
because if not, I'll start polling people, yo. I love doing that too. You know what I mean? And don't try to look down because I said that. Hey, you be in class, you be like, so who wants to read this paragraph? You be looking down like, nigga, you ain't doing nothing. So, like, honestly, I think that works better, D. If you don't mind, if I just open it up and just call.
Do it.
I'll ask another question.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry. Okay, so I know a little bit of your guys' background, how you guys haven't always worked the business together on one ID. So we're in the same situation, and what, like, do you have any tips for when you guys first, like, joined up of, like, how to work together? Like, how to, I guess, both find your strong point and, like, keep each other accountable but motivated without, like, I guess, I don't know.
And, like, I basically, like, what she's saying is possibly, like, take what she's strong with and what I'm strong with and help just blow our business out of proportion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, perfect.
Hey, Dula, real quick. That's a perfect question they asked because we see that a lot. And I know how y'all did. Y'all's is pretty dope. And I think a lot of people merge their IDs and not that there's a right or a wrong, but they do it either too soon or they go under the wrong ID instead of the higher one. And it's just, so yeah, that's a perfect question. Please, I know how y'all did y'all, so please lay that out for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. So for us, I'm gonna share with you guys a backstory. And like I said, if you gotta log off, no problem. If it's just two of us on, I'll just keep going. But honestly, for us, I think it was more of a mental game because when we came into Herbalife, we were individual IDs. So people knew what we were capable of by ourselves. But was the biggest challenge was when the business took turn because we had so much stuff that was happening a few years ago in Herbalife that people were looking at Herbalife and not like a bright light. So if you were around that time, perfect. If you wasn't, no problem. It's neither here or there. But it was times where I missed my 2,500 cut one time in 4 years, and this was the time that it happened before we actually merged. Ari always did 5,000, 7,500, and I was like, "We live in the same house." I'm like, "Yo, what is she doing that I ain't doing? I got the better results." So it was more of this. It was more ego for me and more like a mental break. Then at the time, that's when I reached out to George, and when I told him, he was like, "Oh, where's your volume?" And I said, "Oh, 1,700." And it was like the 30th of the month. And he was like, just to make sure no kids. All right, he was like, "Yo, that ain't building S." You know what I mean? And I was like, that hit my manhood because when another man tell you how you doing Herbalife, that's not building nothing. And how that's going to provide for your family because that's minimum wage. He said 2,500 is minimum wage. I don't talk to nobody about 2,500. So once again, that's not to throw shots at anybody. But if you're scraping to do 2,500, that's minimum wage. You might as well go work at McDonald's or something. Ain't nothing wrong with McDonald's. So you might as well just take a regular job because Herbalife is an opportunity for you to grow. Herbalife is an opportunity for you to make more money than you can even imagine. So why are we doing the minimum work to make that? So for us, it was around December. This is right before we went to Timber Moose the first time. I know you guys remember that. That's when D and Treach was in the side room. That's before you got sick the second time, right? D, or was it the first time you got sick? Yeah, it was the first time. D was in there, yo, but hey, he still showed up at the camera and all that. So that's why you got to go to these events. But but I remember before we merged, Ari qualified for Timber Moose. Mind you, I think we got married in September. We were still individual IDs, and somebody in Herbalife, which is a good friend of ours, told us, "You guys shouldn't merge IDs. You should just stay separate. You know, 2 checks are better than 1." So what that did, that started to play on my mental game. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's true. Like, we could do 2 checks better than 1. We put it together." But my checks was like $400 because I wasn't popping in the business. Because I was going through a lot of mental breakdown. That's when I put on like almost 60 pounds of weight because I wasn't physically in the right state of mind. So if you feel like you're at that stage where you're like, damn, nothing's happening for my business. Like, we have to get this correct first. So in December, we decided to join. I spoke to Stal, and it wasn't Stal who said this to at the time. I spoke to Stal at Timber Moose, and I was like, "Hey, bro, we're thinking about merging our business." He was like, "So why are you telling me?" And then it hit me. I was like, damn, people really don't care. Like, they care, but they don't care what you do as long as you do the business. So he was like, "But what I am going to tell you is don't merge and don't do anything under 10,000 volume points." He was like, "To you guys, there's no excuses for you to not hit 10,000 volume points every single month and above." So I said, "You know what? We're going to smash that." I was like, "Yo, that first month we merged in December, we did 13,000 volume points. The following month, it was 18,000 volume points. The following month was 20,000 volume points. Then it was 21,000 and 22,000. Our highest month was 42,000 volume points. So you can just imagine the work it took to do that. Meanwhile, she was still pregnant. Like the month we had Avi, we did 38,000 volume points. That was the highest Herbalife check we received. It was over 10,000. Let me tell you, it's crazy. We did over $10,000. I remember we went to a STS, and you know how they do back in the day, they used to do the money countdown. What was the volume? How much you made? Yo, you do not understand how fired up I was because it was Millionaire Team members afraid to say how much money they made. And we were just freshly getting back into Get Cuts, which we didn't hit Get Cuts for over a year and a half because I was Ari's only supervisor in the organization. So when we said we did $10,300 and something dollars and something cents, and Millionaire Team members didn't even want to say how much they made, but they were saying the lifestyle. I learned something in Herbalife. When people go straight to the lifestyle, they ain't making no money and they ain't making what the pen says. And that's one thing I noticed.
True.
Because if you making the money, right, which is good, you make the money. But if you ain't making what your bonus is, the first thing you revert to is the lifestyle's incredible, the time freedom's incredible. No, I want to hear how much money you made. Because I need something that's going to inspire me to do better. So to get into that question, for us, we just blocked out all the negativity on why we should not merge.
You muted yourself.
That was my son, yo. He fast with the hand. So I don't know what you guys heard. Let me know what you heard. Like once we merged the business, we knew exactly what we had to do. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk. At that time, we were like on Gary heavy, which by the way, he followed me on social media and always like send me messages, which is crazy because it really elevated our business because someone who is that successful is taking the time to reach out to someone that is growing. It showed me there's no reason why I should not be working social media harder. So that was one of our things. He always said self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing what you're great at and don't worry about anything else. So that's to answer part one for your question. Knowing what you guys are great at individually. Like if you're a beast in the gym, just be that beast in the gym. But while you're the beast in the gym, you're introducing people to the opportunity or just get to know them as a friend. Ari, she's like the mother, right? Obviously she's a mother, but she's like the person who's going to nourish you. She's going to do the follow-up. She's going to care and love. I love my clients, but I'm from New York. My temper is a little bit shorter than hers. Like she can sit there and talk to somebody for like 2 weeks before asking them for a trial. I'm like 20 seconds. I'm like, yo, trying to get started? Like, but that's me. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not going to change that because that's who I am. And my thing is, if I'm not good at follow-up, I'm going to introduce the person to what we're doing. And then I'm going to say, hey, you know, I do this business with my wife. Are you okay if I add her in a group chat with us? So now you're not just trying to figure it out by yourself. Because if you guys are under one ID, you're one person. You know what I mean? But you have two different personalities, which is the best thing about Herbalife. And if you're single, no problem. You can still have two personalities. You might have to take some medicine if the doctor prescribes you. But honestly, really just finding what you're good at and what your significant other is good at and just put that together. Like if she's good at something, bro, don't try to be good at what she is. And if you're good at something, don't try to be good at what he's doing because that's not what you guys are meant to do. Now, I can't tell you how to merge that, but what I can say is do what you're great at. She do what she's great at. And if you're good at follow-up, you be the person to do the follow-up. If she's good at the numbers, you be the person to track the numbers. But then what you have to do is you have to fill in a crap load of people in order to have the system work. Like the volume is great, but if you're doing volume without people in it, you really ain't got no system. So let me ask you guys a question. Like, how do you introduce people to what you're doing? Like, let's just say, for example, I hit you up on Instagram. Hey, I see that you do Herbalife. Like, how do I get started?
So what I do is I always do the funnel to fit camp or down to active nutrition. I try and bring them down there, but I'm kind of like what you said about Ari. I'll talk to someone for like 2 weeks before offering them. But when they come straight to me, I'm like, here's the website, here's fit camp. Which day do you want to come?
And for me, it's like it's so funny because we're kind of like parallel because she's like a 2-week person and I'm still like, all right, so yes or no? No? Okay, I'll follow up with you like in a couple of days, whatever like that. And everything that I've been doing is like I reach out on Instagram. So like you said, if somebody reached out to me on Instagram, I want to go through their page and see like what they're into. So if somebody's working on their Instagram page all the time, I'm like, all right, dope. So where is he at? If he's in Arizona, we do have 2 clubs out here, Kingdom and Active. So I send him either to this one or we can forward over to this one. If not, we can let them know, what you're able to do is go through and hop on our wellness profile, fill that out, Zoom calls as well. But like mostly like the new wellness profile, have them send them to that because the workout plan is specified by Dan and Ryan. So they can go look to that if somebody's like really active in working out, like a really advanced type of workout person, then they can go there. If that's still like not on their level, then we can go meet up at the gym, so, and then talk to them there, be my product, be branded all the time. And then, they go into asking the question, what do you do? What do you take? Oh, I take this, this, and this. Helps me get this. Help me gain, 40 pounds in five months, things like that. They're like, damn, 40 pounds. Yeah. So.
Okay, perfect. I love that. What I would say is to kind of like clean that up, right? And this is like, once again, you can take it or you can leave it. But my advice is I would probably take it just because you guys are in the same position we are. You're a black man, you got you a light-skinned lady. I'm a black man, my lady light-skinned, so we have like some type of similarity there. But honestly, like what I would say is, guys, like if you're working the fit camp system, like, and if you're not near a club, no problem, because my wife and I, we don't have a fitness club. We used to have a business center, but then we closed it down because we noticed our business wasn't growing through that. Our business was growing through our kitchen table. So if you don't have a club, don't feel that you're not in the game. You know what I mean? Because when you have a club, there's other responsibilities like paying rent. You gotta contribute. You gotta bring shakes. So it's a whole new different ball game. So, but since you guys working in the club, I think that's a great opportunity for, like you said, having people funnel into the club, and really just getting as many people as possible. Like that's what I'll say. Like I know we say 5 to 7, 5 to 7, and I know sometimes we say, it doesn't matter how much volume you do. For us, we wanted growth. Growth means volume. If you're not doing volume, you ain't growing. Like I said, you saw what D and them did. They let the volume for almost 2 years. They're a millionaire team. That was a bunch of people doing something in their business. So what you guys have to figure out is, how do we get the people into the business, and how do you implement what you're doing so they can see it and eventually they can start duplicating exactly what you're doing. So if it is the fit camp, great. If it's having multiple different, like we have a fit camp business, but then we also have a social media business, great. Find out what you're good at, because you both don't want to be great at fit camp. I mean, somebody's probably better at fit camp than the next person is. So if you're good at the fit camp section, hold that down. Like wifey's still gonna do the same thing, you know what I mean? But she might be better at social media, so implement more social media into what you're doing on your downtime. Like we do social media at least 14 to 15 hours a day. How do we do that with a kid? We always on our phone. When we're with him, we have our time with him. He's like laying on the pillow on the floor. when we have like our phone, we're doing the work. But when we're with him, we're with him. But just find out what time of the day you can actually do it. And you might have to go to sleep a little bit later, wake up a little bit early. I know we hit it all the time. But really, we got to get a lot of people. There's a lot of, after we get off, I want you to Google how many people are residents in the state of Arizona. It's going to blow your mind. And then once you do that, Google how many people are in, how many residents are in the state where you live, the city where you live at. That's going to blow your mind even more. Because in San Diego, it's like 1-point-something million people here. And our STS is like 125 people. So that tells you there's people out there, but how do we do it? Obviously, hashtags if you're on social media. Instagram have the new little, the location feed. We go bananas on that joint. Like we always go through to see who's on where and what they're doing. And then from there, we go to their page, just like you said, and see what they're about. And then we start a conversation. Like that's how we work on social media. It ain't no secret. There's 2 of us doing it. Even if I was doing it by myself, we still did it. But we just got to find out what we're really good at and master that. What your girl's good at or what you're good at, let them master that. And just bring as many people into your circle. Then you put them on the new Telegram page. Then that's new excitement. You get them down with the gallon challenge. That's new excitement. They want this bottle. How do I get that bottle? Oh, the bottle's only X amount of dollars. Do a bottle challenge. You know what I mean? Like something like, just find something to get a bunch of people in one area. And then from there, you start funneling them out into what position you want them to be in. Because we only know preferred members, distributors, clients. That's the 3 things we have. Guess what? Use, wear, talk. It's only 3 things that we really have to do, and just find out what system works, have that work for you, but then put a lot of people. So always set your goals high. Our goal is always 50 trials a month, no matter what. Do we hit it? Not all the time. But if we set 50 trials a month, we know at the end of the month we should be at 50. And if not at 50, we at least gave it our all. We finished at 30. So you know what I mean? Like always set high goals. Like I don't want to hear no, I'm getting 10 trials out this month. 10 trials a month ain't gonna build your business. So higher goals, even if you don't reach it, no problem. But always set higher goals, because if it's two of you, both of you should be able to do 25 clients or 25 trials. And if you don't get it, don't feel bad. You know what I mean? You just set a higher goal, and I would definitely say like that's the big thing. Like set better goals. Come on, baby. You say hi.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
That's fire. See, Avi turned up. He awake now. It's that nap, that power nap thing.
Hey, he's ready, yo.
Yeah, hey. He already got his Latin roll down too.
Yo.
Okay, we got Ro. Okay, Ro, he go Ro. Hey, Ro. Matter of fact, Ro is on her second herbal baby doula. There she go. Go ahead, Ro. Take it away, Ro. Can't hear you, Ro. Hold on. Ro, turn your volume up. We can't hear you. No, can't hear you, Ro. Check your volume. Turn your. Is your ringer off? Try turning your ringer on. That's crazy. Why we can't hear? Bro, we can't hear you, bro. You might have to dial in. Oh, she got reboot, I think. All right, anybody got a question until Ro come back? This is good stuff. I'm glad y'all here. I'm fired up that y'all still on the call. I mean, we got new people here, the veterans here. Man, like this is good stuff. I'm proud of y'all right now. Larissa got a question in the chat. Question says, do you just remove people from Telegram or mention that inactive people not using product will be removed after a week? So what is your process for kicking people out, Dula? Is it just like, do you do Kanye, like no warrant, no nothing, you out of here? Or do you just,
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. So we actually did it two ways. The first time when we first started doing it, we just Kanye'd them. Like, you'll get no warnings. We know you didn't order because you're not in our web for the month. And we just take them out. Hey, what happened? Like, you took us out of the web. I mean, you took us out of the client chat. Like, I really need this motivation. You know, unfortunately, my grandmother passed away. So I was like, oh, damn. So you know, we felt bad. We like I said, and that's another thing. We never know what people are going through because they probably didn't order that month because something happened. And like I said, we shopped at the 99-cent store for groceries, and we only been on one Formula One for a year and a half. Like, you know, monthly we bought that. So we understand what people can go through. So what we did recently was we set the standard from the beginning, like I was saying earlier, is, all right, hey guys, so we have this Telegram chat. It's for clients only. This is extremely exclusive for clients who are actively using the products. I only have a few requests. What's that? You stay on products, and if you can't, please let me know on a side and tell me what's going on, so that way I can still kind of let you be around the group. Like, you don't want people to feel bad, right? But you saying, like, hey, I treat this as a gym membership. If the person is not paying for the gym membership, will 24-hour fitness let you in? They go, no. I said, exactly. So that's the same thing we have to do, because we have people on this page that are paying clients, and we want to make sure that we respect what they're doing. So that way we kind of put it back on the person and take it off of us. Like, so we don't want them to be like, this son of a gun took me off. But if you tell them, like, hey, this is what the standards is, as long as they know the standards from the jump, they should respect the page. And if they disrespect that, then we take them off.
Got it. That's dope. Larissa, you cool with that answer? Larissa, you good with that answer, Larissa? Yeah. Okay, she said cool. All right.
I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What up, bro? Let's go.
Okay. Good. Okay, so hi, my name is Melissa, aka Ro. Yes, we are on our second Herbalife baby as well. We have one non-Herbalife who is 7 years old, but my question is, I see you guys run your Instagram together, correct? Okay, and then Facebook separately. Now, is it like, do you guys put the same? As what I've noticed is you guys don't put the same material on Facebook and Instagram. Is there a reason why you use one more so than the other? Or because my thing right now is I'm like just Facebook. I haven't really got into Instagram. I'm trying to like work my way into it more, especially with my pregnancy, because the first time I didn't even really expose my pregnancy with Herbalife. So with this one, I'm trying to do so more. Due to the fact that, to make the business grow and get more involved with the pregnant women, and I have more time to do so now. So I was just wondering, like, is the Instagram a better lead for you guys, or like, how are you guys working that?
All right. So first and foremost, congratulations. How far along are you?
I think we're due around the same time, November 17th. I'm 28.
No Thanksgiving for you then, just like us. So you're about, this week you should be 29 weeks then, right, coming up. Our Friday is 29 weeks ago, so you're probably around the same.
Yep.
I tell you, start documenting your journey around the baby. But Ari, for some reason, this pregnancy went so fast. Like I said, this wasn't obviously a planned pregnancy. We wanted him to be 2 years old, and then we were going to be 2, and then we would try again. But God said that ain't happening. Stuff happens in the process, and next thing you know, you're pregnant. So it's crazy because our Facebook page, yes, we kept it separate because our Facebook was something we already grew before we even got into Herbalife. So we post things. Sometimes we even forget to post on Facebook. So let me tell you that, because we're so in tune with Instagram. We even have a Snapchat. But when we had Avi, a lot of our stuff was Snapchat. So we got a lot of clients from Snapchat because they're nosy. People want to know what's going on. They want to know about the baby. They want to know what the baby's going to look like. So this is a perfect opportunity to start documenting today. If you're not documented today about your herbal pregnancy, you can probably share how the first pregnancy went, or even though your baby's 7 years old, it's never too late to share. Like, hey, this is the lifestyle I used to live when I was pregnant with my first baby, and this is what I'm doing currently. So you still have time before the baby comes out to still document how you're feeling. When we had him, she was doing weekly videos. I was telling her, yo, babe, you ain't doing no videos. Like, we ain't gonna get no clients this time. So I was like kind of joking around with her. But having those weekly video checkups on, hey, today I have more energy. This is the products that I'm using. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, but nothing cheesy, but just kind of giving more value. Like that's very important, giving value to people on those social media sites. I would highly recommend getting an Instagram, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you don't have an Instagram, you're already behind the game. And what do I mean? Like, let me just see real quick. Let me see if Suri knows his answer. Suri, how many Instagram users are in the world?
I found this on the web for how many Instagram users are in the world.
That's a lot. Okay, so it's over 1 billion Instagram users.
Okay.
So guess what? That's a lot of people that want to hear about your story. Now, you might not have 1 billion followers. You might just start with 2 people. But that are 2 people who are interested in what you're doing. So my recommendation is, once we get off this phone, I will create an Instagram account. Now, it's going to be great because you have all the information Dee just shared. Quality, great photos, great information. Start doing the stories, like stuff like that. Like really submerge yourself into that because, like you said, you have more time. So there's no reason why you should not be mastering social media. This is a great opportunity for you to meet more people. Our Facebook pages, yes, we kept them separate because before we came into Herbalife, we had 2 different lifestyles. We do have a fan page, which is Abdul and Ari, and it's just like our Facebook. So whatever our Instagram, so whatever we post on Instagram, that goes onto our fan page because it's kind of like merged. So once you start your Instagram, it's going to give you a Facebook link, a Tumblr link, a bunch of other stuff. You can just link your links together. But like I said, sometimes we forget to post on Facebook. But recently I started being more aware because I noticed Dee was doing a lot of live videos. And I was like, okay, I can't forget about Instagram on Facebook because I still have 5,000 followers on Instagram. Facebook, excuse me. And that's 5,000 people that I used to know. So let's just say, for example, I start documenting my journey again about what I'm doing, what the pregnancy is doing on our end. That's 5,000 people that knows us already, and we can kind of introduce them to what we're doing. Because people are nosy. Instagram and Facebook is like the news. The news is on your phone. So people are always scrolling to see what's happening in your life. And this is a great tip for them to see what you're doing, how good you're looking at during this pregnancy. Because there's a lot of ladies out there who are pregnant and they don't look good. And not to be rude, but it's true. It's because they're treating their body the way it's not supposed to be treated. Like if you eat the good stuff, if you feed your body the right way, you'll have a different glow. Like people don't think Ari's pregnant sometimes. They're like, oh, she's pretty skinny. Like, no, she eats healthy.
Right.
Because if she was eating unhealthy, she'll be a different person. So I would highly recommend investing in Instagram. It's $0. So that's probably the best investment you can have other than an Herbalife investment. Really just, if you don't know how it works, my number one tip will be YouTube. YouTube, how do I set up a successful Instagram business?
Okay, yeah, I have one. I just don't work it as much. So I'm going to start working it more.
All right,
so,
how many followers do you have, if you don't mind?
I think I looked today because my upline, Trisha, asked me the same question earlier, and I think it was like 255.
Okay, so 255. Let's just say out of the 255, 150 is not Herbalife people. If you have more than that, that's not Herbalife people, that's even better, because that can be a potential President's Team business if you choose to. Now, you're not just going to post Herbalife throughout your whole entire feed because that's not attractive. So like I always like to recommend a few people, like whoever come into our business, a few people on who to follow and get what they're doing, but not have the same layout and same photos that the person have because it doesn't look awesome. So I'll say do your homework on some social medias, on some people who use Herbalife, and just kind of see what they're posting and really just kind of like take advantage of that and kind of like implement that into what you're doing on your daily activity. I'll say do a lot of stories, like the Instagram stories, because people are more open to listening to videos, and photos is like you just see a photo, you like it or you don't like it, but the video, they're actually clicking on your video because they want to see a little bit more.
Okay.
So 200 people, that's a lot of people, and that can be a lot of clients, but it's really like it's how engagement, like really messages when they like your photo, send them a private message like, hey, thank you so much for supporting my journey. I truly appreciate this. It's really just thanking them for something that they're doing anyway, being nosy. And then from there, another tip is what we do is if we see somebody leave a comment, we go to their page and we just like a few photos and then message them back and say, hey, wow, you're in the team, like congratulations, you're killing it. Or like just something basic, a bicep, a heart, because people are following you for a reason. And when you go back and message them or you send something on their page, they're like, God damn, like, this person really took the time, like Gary Vaynerchuk, he really took the time to send me a message back and say, thank you, I appreciate you, and I know what you're doing. And then he gave me a shout out on the story, the live feed. Like I would never forget that.
Okay.
So it's stuff like that, like make people feel important. And it don't have to be 28,000 followers, 1 million followers. It has to start with the small people that you have and really just use that to your advantage because you can easily turn that into an amazing business. So what part of the marketing plan are you in before I let you go?
World team.
Okay, so what is your goal in Herbalife?
To get to presidents.
Okay, you know how, all right, I ain't gonna put you on the spot, but I'm sure you know how to get to president's team. But what I would say is right now, this is the best time. Like just imagine, right? Like just think, you're on stage right now and you're sharing how you went from world team to get team to mill team to press team while you were pregnant. The tail end of the pregnancy. So like I said, I told you our numbers. We went from, we knew he was coming in 3 months, which is kind of around the same time. We had to rev our business up because we didn't want to bring a baby into the world and we were struggling to pay rent. So you can go from, in Herbalife in 3 months, your business can change like dramatically because it's 3 cuts to a new lifestyle. I always say 3 cuts to a new lifestyle, 3 cuts to a new lifestyle. So just focus on that. Focus on the people that you have in your social media now. If you're not really, really active in them, I'll say become more active and just post daily. Like if you don't know what to post, figure something out, maybe share your story. But I really say, like, really do your homework on social media because that's where the business is going. We still have our face-to-face. That's just a bonus. But social media is a way to reach out to more.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dula. Appreciate you.
No
We're
problem.
going to have time for one more just to respect everybody's time, baby Avi's time, everybody, Dula, for giving us so many nuggets. One more question if we have it, because I too, yeah, he kind of covered it. His boss hurt. Okay, so Anastasia's question was, like, how do you, he covered it, like how to build more. She said, what's better, you use different content on Instagram or Facebook, or is it beneficial to use the same content on both medias? Well, actually, you can't touch that, Dula. She basically want to know, should you share the same content on both platforms, or should you have different content?
All right. Sometimes, like what I originally started doing, I went back into doing Snapchat, and sometimes I gotta remember I gotta do Snapchat. Okay, it's a Facebook story now. Oh shit, I didn't even know that. I gotta do a Facebook story. So instead of recording one, going to another one, recording one, like if this is a story, I have different audience and different social media. Sometimes it might be the same person. It's something called save video. So if you're doing it on Instagram, just save the video. Just remember, okay, I gotta post it on so and so and so. So post it on the Snapchat, post it on the Facebook. That way it's on there. I have to get better, as you can look. I haven't posted many Facebook videos on my storyline. So I'm reminding myself now, like I said, sometimes you forget. So when I do on Instagram, I'm going to automatically go ahead and do that on Snapchat, do it on Facebook, because you never know who's watching. So yes, you can not copy paste, excuse me, you can save your videos. But if you're posting, one thing I noticed, like when it comes to likes, if you hit the Facebook button to share, I noticed sometimes people don't really see that because it's just kind of like it's a double link. So it's coming from Instagram and it goes to Facebook. If you see it, it says like sent by Instagram or something like that. I always notice that our likes aren't as much, but if we post that same photo as a Facebook post, it's more engagement from Facebook. So yes, you can still post the same content because you have two different groups on whatever social media site or 3 that you use. Like I said, you don't have to overwork yourself. Like if you post something, go ahead and post the same thing. You know what I mean? Don't feel that you need to do a new video to reach a different audience. Like if they're going to watch it, they're going to watch it.
Perfect. All right. That's a lot of content, y'all. Yo, I just asked out what y'all going to do with it. I mean, he was gracious enough to stay on the line a good 45 minutes extra, which is a lot to ask for somebody who is actively doing the business, who has kids, soon to be plural, kids, actively doing the business. They do DMOs. When he gets off of here, he's still going to do more social media DMO. He's still going to get up at 3 a.m. tomorrow. So it's a lot of content. Let's not let all this training that he gave us, all these nuggets that he gave us, go in vain. You know, and take on everything that he said. Like if you're a supervisor, you got the ability to run your own challenges with your own group. You don't got to wait for me or Trisha to do it. Too much of waiting on me and Trisha to do stuff. Way too much. As soon as we stop, see, like some people just like fall over. Like way too much. I got my own team, my own new leads to get. Other members who are not supervisors yet to build up. If you're not doing the work, like Dula said, that's okay too. But what I wanted him to get on the call to let everybody understand that there is a difference. This is a business. And I'm going to tell you, like, I was just joking with Trisha about this. In 7th grade, we had a math teacher named Mr. Rice. I never forget Mr. Rice. Me and my homeboy, Jeff Davenport. Jeff lives here in Arizona now. My best friend. He moved away at 13 years old. I haven't seen Jeff since 13, and now we both 40, and I ran to him last year, right? So we both out here, and me and him both used to get in trouble in Mr. Rice class, ribbon, popping pencils, the whole 9. You pass your homework up, you erase your name real quick, put our name on it, and pass it up. But the teacher was like, come on, let's take your handwriting. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't stupid. We was stupid. We were 7th grade. We were stupid. So he'd joke with us. We'll high five him. We'll talk about his pants. Dude got on corduroys. Oh, look at them penny loafers. Oh, like piss wipers. Like we'll rib his clothes. He got gray hair. We call him Einstein, all type of stuff. And he'll laugh and joke back. He's like, you guys are hilarious. You guys are funny. But I heard you can't play basketball. He'd joke with, oh, we can't play basketball, right? And then like, come report card time, we have like an F on our paper or a D, and we'd be like, yo, Mr. Rice, I thought we was good. And I'm gonna tell you what he said, right? It's always stuck with me, always from 7th grade to now, being 41 years old. This man said, guys, just because I high five with you and shoot the shit doesn't mean you're still not failing my class. And he said it with a smile on his face. And I was so dazed by that, I realized that there's a separation between friendship and business. That was my first lesson. So if some of you on this call right now, y'all not doing the business, I'm not going to make you do the business, right? You know what to do. We set the plan out. We know how to do this. We've been doing it for 4 years straight. If you want to do something your own way, I'm not going to stop you. If you don't want to come to trainings, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to listen to the excuses either. I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, all right, that's great, okay. And you can hang out, like Mr. Rice said. You can shoot the shit, you can laugh, you can joke, but you still fail in my Herbalife business class right now. And I'm not going to put any extra effort into bringing you up when everybody else is doing the work. And the reason I wanted Dula to get on the call was because he speaks that same language. So it's not like it's just coming from me and Trisha, like, damn, they rough. Here's another person of the family. And I told y'all, and shout out to Ari. She's not here right now. But, you know, Ari is not as sweet behind the scenes. Tell him, Dula, Ari cutthroat. You know what I mean? Like, she come across sweet, all on everything, but Ari about that business. So, again, you can laugh and be joking and all that, but when it comes to the business, people like me and Trisha, we serious. People like Dula and Ari, they serious. So I'm just saying, thank y'all for being on this call and staying so late. Dula, thank you very much as we all try to get to the next level by extravaganza. I want to say I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all asking the questions. I appreciate everybody for doing everything. Everybody take yourself off of mute. And let's give Dula some love. Let's shout him out.
Man, thank you, bro.
Man, thank you, bro.
Thank you, seriously.
Hey, let's get it.
Third cut. Let's go.
It's gonna happen.
Time for double cut, Dula. Time for double cut, baby.
Hey, man, hey, you sent me that message. I was like, oh no, Tree sent that in the group. Where the double cut at? I'm like, yo, call us out. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm honestly with you guys. You're like, what was that? Yo, we was looking at the volume, and the way the volume is set up right now, I definitely see our final cut being our first cut of mill. So that's where the numbers come, yo. So I'm pumped up. And like I said, we don't hit it. We still got a free deal for extravaganza. And that gives us another 3 months to do what we got to do. So, hey, let's finish strong end of the month. No matter where you are right now, volume-wise, like, let's do a little bit more. We got a few more days. If you got to hit your goal, divide whatever the days are with the numbers that you need and just make it happen. Even if it doesn't happen, just go after it. Like, let's be better next month than we were this month. So, and if anyone, yo, I know I said people message me anyway, but if you ever have any questions, yo, feel free, like, send us a message. I promise you, I'll get back to it. But my only thing is, if you're not doing 2,500, I'm gonna ask you straight up. I'm like, yo, you're doing 2,500. If you tell me no, I'm gonna tell you to do your 2 cuts before we do a private message. I told somebody that already, and I told them, I said, hey, I still love you, but if I don't challenge you to do this, why would I waste my time with you on the phone? So that's just being real, y'all, because you don't want to talk to somebody who's doing things in the business and you ain't doing what you have to do the minimum to make it happen. So have a higher standard for yourself, higher standard for the team. And like I said, man, like, the leaders that signed you up in this business, man, they some monsters. And my gift and my thing that I want to see from this phone call is to see them crossing stage as presidents, team members, just to show us what's more possible by having a family and running a business. So thank you once again, D and Trees, for having me on. Like, I love you guys. And hey, let's go, baby. We going to DR next year.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you guys.